God, I got some tea for you guys. So remember how I told you, like in a couple of workshops ago, I mentioned that holy smokes, I managed to save like 700 bucks on insurance, on my insurance and my auto and my home insurance. Remember that story, guys? If you don't remember it, go ahead and take a look again. Well, I was wrong. It wasn't 700. It was actually 1100 that I managed to save simply by checking out my insurance and seeing when was the last time, like simply because I opened junk mail. And of course, you know that story. And but I wanted to come back to you and tell you what happened, like what happened after I decided to open up my junk mail, which I, as I told you, I typically don't ever open up my junk mail. But this time I did. This time I opened it. I know. Heck, even my wife was like, pulling out jokes. She was like, who did I see on a Ring doorbell? What kind of man was there sitting, looking, reading the junk letters? And I was like, well, that would be me. Now, guys, what happened? I wanted to let you know what happened. I know some of you will say, well, why should I know that? Well, the reason why is because you could like make insane amount of money, and heck, save money, make money. That's what we talk about in this channel. Save money, make money. If you're mom over 40, save money, make money. Or if you're a side hustler from overseas. But how did I manage to like pull out a rabbit out of my hat with this one, with like almost everyday little thing that anybody could do? Saving money on your car and home insurance. Like, how is that even possible, guys? Like, oh my God, how is that even possible? Thank you, Lord, for putting me in the direction of looking at statistics and at the pie chart that it was a pie chart that I received in the junk mail that clearly illustrated that like 80% of people who get 80% of the people apparently never review their insurance. And to me, that was just like a staggering statistic. And I was like, man, how come, I'm a former certified math teacher for the state of Connecticut, yet I rarely pay close attention to any of those statistics. But this time I was like, you know what, let me actually see how I can decipher this pie chart where apparently 80% of homeowners never bother coming down to renew their policy. They just kind of register with original policy and continue playing along with that. And of course, I want to talk about that so this way you guys can understand this. Like, this is the reason why you'd want to open up junk mail from time to time and looking at some of those statistics. Needless to say, check this out, guys. You're gonna like this. You're gonna like this tea. This is a powerful tea. So I call Geico and I was like, all right, you know what? Tell me, like, okay, if I was to switch, what happened? Will I, can you guys beat my Allstate offer? And of course, Geico came back and they were like, all right, bet, we're gonna try to do it. And of course, they did their best, but it still was short than what Allstate had to offer. How much short? Well, we're talking about like $1,100 or something like this. The difference. Now, keep something in mind. They did shop around. They tried to do their best, but guess what? If I didn't call them up, if I didn't do this, what I did, I would have probably, like, can you imagine if I was to crash on my car? The insurance company wouldn't pay for my damage on a car. Apparently I was $50,000 short on there for liability coverage. But that's not the gist of the story. The gist of the story, yes, not only did I manage to save $1,100, and now, of course, if it wasn't for that junk mail, I probably never even kind of bothered looking anywhere further than that. But because of that junk mail, I managed to kind of open up my mind and be like, yo, what else can I get out of this? And like, obviously, if I didn't open up my junk mail, I would not be able to save that $1,100. But the cool thing started happening as soon as I reached out to Allstate and struck the deal with an agent. I started talking, agent said, oh, where are you from, whatever. And I said, well, I'm a full stack cybersecurity cloud engineer. I help people break into the field. I also have community of all sorts of moms over 40 and side hustlers. I have a talent agency. So I kind of described the whole thing to the agent, and agent was like, oh my God, I want to learn this so bad. And guys, not only did I manage to save $1,100, which you could do too using precisely the trick that I just described. But also, I managed to strike a relationship with an agent, and that agent actually want to learn from both me and my brother for how to break into a cybersecurity field. And of course, I also show people how to break into a luxury pet field to build your own brand and all sorts of other things, but that's besides the point. So guys, look, hello, what is drop shipping? Oh, well, you know, my friend, a game developer, my favorite subscriber. Drop shipping is a way for you to basically kind of, you take a product, cheap product from overseas, and you ship it to your customer without even having the product on hand. That's kind of original terminology of drop shipping. But what we do over here is slightly varied version of that drop shipping. What we do is we squabble up together as a good bunch of international side hustlers as we are. And of course, I'm the feudal knight and I have my feudal hustlers. And what we do is serve the feudal lords. Who are the feudal lords? Feudal lords are the brand owners. What do? Brand owners need to have a bunch of side hustlers who can do all sorts of things for them, such as grow in their feudal kingdom. I'm hoping that you're incorporating that inside of the game: the feudal kingdom, the feudal lords, the feudal knights, and the feudal hustlers, and the Freedom Fusion system as an eagle. I'm hoping that you are including that in the game. Now, guys, some of you will say, well, holy smokes, I just lost the train of thought. I'm gonna quit. That's exactly what happens, guys, when people watch my YouTube and I start interfacing directly with one subscriber. But you know, guys, for me, communicating with my favorite subscriber is like gold to me. I immediately switch from my original message and focus only on my favorite subscriber and just talk until that subscriber fully understands what's going on. Now, this is way better than trying to like continuously pursue with whatever the original thing that you wanted to describe. Gazillion times better, more stronger. Why? Because other people are going to see this workshop down the road and they're going to be like, oh, damn, Romwell's described everything to game developer. Holy smokes, I definitely want to be the next person to ask the question. And of course, it's just easier that way. And besides, I don't know, like, let's say, I'm going to give you an example. Let's say I'm creating live and I see two people watching live and I see one of them made a comment and the other person didn't make a comment. And I see but yet I see two people join my live. Who do you think I'm going to communicate with? The person who I don't see on the other screen or the person who made a comment? That's right, guys. You guessed it. The person who made the comment. Now, why is this beneficial? Well, beneficial because I could streamline your thought processes and help you gain exponential learning effectiveness, which will basically differentiate you from other people a lot faster, and you could make more money. And of course, this is the reason why I encourage many of my subscribers to ask questions. Now, going back to what I was saying, guys, look, here's what I'm going to talk about. So what website can be used for dropshipping? Okay, lots of questions. I like those questions, but if you don't mind, my favorite subscriber, if you don't mind, I need to take a sip first from that Burger King. I decided to get a junior meal, and I'm so toast right now, cooked. I haven't even took a bite yet. So hold on a second, enjoy the scenery while I take a bite, and I'll try to answer my as fast as possible. Meanwhile, enjoy the journey, enjoy the beautiful scenery. It's probably late around where you at, and I know it's overseas, kind of late. But look, if you want to help me build some automations and you're up to it, I'll give you $100. How would you like that? I do have a kind of an opportunity to build a website. I know you're into gaming, but who knows? Maybe you'll be like, I want that $100, and maybe you'll do it. Maybe you'll be like, oh, yeah, hell yeah, I want to do it. This is the reason why you guys communicate on the and drop comments, guys. This is why you keep coming back, because if you don't do it, other people. If you don't do it, right? If you don't follow and like and subscribe and communicate with the creator, guys, then you're gonna be having a really hard time to make any money in this world, guys. But the question is, how do you decide which creator to communicate with and like ask questions? Because you may perceive like it's a waste of time. That's kind of a subconscious level of thinking happening in your back of your mind. But guess what, guys? Let me break this down for you. Whatever you invest your time into will pay off. providing that you are the other person engaging back with you. If you see the person engaging back with you, immediately do everything in your power to create a relationship. Just like I described what I did today with Allstate insurance agent. Hold on a sec, guys, I gotta take a sip. It all started simply because I contacted Allstate insurance agent and said, okay, can you, I'm convinced, switch me over. I wanna be part of Allstate versus Geico. Allstate agent was happy. I was happy because I managed to save money on a car insurance. And not only that, but that created a daisy chain effect where all of a sudden the Allstate agent also wanted me to be his mentor, to help him break in the field of cybersecurity. And not only me, but also my brother as well. And of course, to me, it's like, oh my God, music to my ears. Because keep in mind, a lot of those people that I'm talking to, they're extremely rich. I live in extremely wealthy town, guys, extremely wealthy town. So you gotta remember, in life, you gotta calculate things. You have to be very calculative, guys. Like, remember, if you just kind of say, oh, I just want to build a game and that's what I want and I don't care about anybody else, and don't get into the mind state of another person, that's how you fail. Quickly, this is how you fail, guys. This is how you fail, guys. Now, if you don't want to fail, continue to listen. Well, wait, hold on. Let me grab that burger real quick. I mean, today I got some ketchup. I got something going on. I got some French fries, and here's the French fries, guys. Yeah. This is good. This is good. This is good, guys. I need some I got some ketchup over here. So yeah, I need to open it up. But look, yeah. So game developer, I know you're working on a game, but if you want another opportunity to build a website, jump into my community and talk to Bruno. He'll set you up with all the details and all the information for helping us build LLM based website. By tapping into our automations, we'll give you access to our N8N, and basically you just follow a tutorial to build us a website, WordPress website, and transfer all the old articles from the previous my legacy website called studyguide.net, and connect this automation so it generates automatic content with search engine optimized keywords dynamically, and inserts it together with a bunch of images into the newly developed WordPress site. You would get access to my Namecheap account, you would get access to N8N, and you would get access to the legacy site as well. You do this, you'll earn $100. Don't mind, down the road, if you continue doing this and continue helping me and Bruno, you'll get opportunities to make money as a percentage from every guide that you add on the site. What site? I spent $1,000 on that site. It has a very good chance of showing up on Google, and that's what you would be working with. So this way you don't have to spend $5,000 on buying your own domain. Congratulations for being here, guys. Next time you're here, talk. Be smart, guys. Talk. You see game developer talking, and not just one workshop. He didn't just jump in like, oh, let me go ahead and jump into one YouTube video. He's consistently showing up. And I'm not saying like that you need to show up every single day, but once you see me, whenever you have time, whenever you jump in and you talk, your chances of success multiply exponentially, guys. Now, heck, I don't, how to join Freedom Fusion System community. You see, there we go, guys. Money talks. You see, game developer now wants to join. Now, me and game developer have been talking for quite some time, guys. This is not something that just where you randomly be like, hey, how do I join the Freedom Fusion System? No, of course not. It happens. Heck, some people try to talk to me on TikTok. That connection never happens on TikTok inside of chats. I tried it today. It was somewhat close. I managed to get one bomb brought in, but her expectation was that I completely build entire business for her without any conversation at all. So I found that really interesting. That was my first customer for today. So if you're my side hustler, if you want to be, what the heck is going on? Like, what the fuck? Like, dude, do you guys see what's happening in America, guys? Like, what is this thing going on? Like, no, this is insane. Look, this is insane. Like, I don't know what's going on, guys. I mean, this is the reason why you guys here. This is the reason why you guys here, right? So I don't know. I mean, shit. I don't know what's going on. But look, all I gotta say, guys, all I gotta say, just be smart. I know some of you be like, okay, well, Rome, that I didn't expect that. What the heck was that? Guys, look, here you gotta be smart. Let me finish the French fries. So look, here's a couple of things, guys. Remember, as a young side hustler, going back to the mom over 40 who I spoke with, yes, we actually do have a new customer lead, mom over 40, who wants entire brand built for her. I was in the process of communicating back and forth on TikTok with her today, invited her on FUD, etc., etc., etc. She is already part of it, but the expectation from her is that we build the entire brand for her completely, almost with zero talking to us. I found that really strange. This is the first time I got a customer like that. But I didn't question. I said, look, join my workshop. Heck, I even had to help her register for her, just to input her phone number and email into Freedom Fusion system, Freedom Fusion Flip workshops. And yes, if you want to join the Freedom Fusion Flip workshops game developer, go ahead and jump and register for that. Notice how I went ahead and just quickly answered that. You could get access to that on my buy link, buy.link/Freedom Fusion System. Put your email, put your name, put your phone number. Just make sure it fits in that format of the phone number. Otherwise, it won't let you register. But anyway, in your case, if it doesn't let you register, talk to me. I'll walk you through the process. Now, guys, keep under mind. When you start talking to people on TikTok, you gotta understand. Like, okay, first of all, like, why would you want to join Freedom Fusion System? Well, think about it. If that feudal lord who has strike relationships become our customer, congratulations. You have the feudal lord to serve, earn money, grow their feudal kingdoms, get access to all our systems. So this way you don't have to spend thousands of dollars to get access to all those systems. You have everything you need. Everything you need. What you do is help those feudal lords pick the product, find the product, viral product, and help them grow it. In this particular case, it looks like the feudal lord wanted to do something with a stress kind of business, to reduce stress, that kind of thing. And of course, that requires you asking questions like what kind of a threat, what kind of a stress thing you want to provide as a business. So, and obviously in this case, mom over 40, she joined quickly my workshop on FUD, and she joined Freedom Fusion Flip workshop, and she wasn't even asking any questions. She was just hitting likes. And then I'd say, hey, and she's like, well, I don't get it. I was like, well, you're not communicating. You need to tell me a little bit more. And of course, what happens is, guys, communication is the key. Because if I don't know exactly what's in your mind, I'm not going to be able to construct that business path for you. Now, if you're a side hustler and listening to this, remember, you're going to be faced with that dilemma, communicating with those moms who are literally either A, not going to want anything to do with learning and simply want us to do it, meaning us, our talent agency, Freedom Fusion System. And of course, you would be given, if you were to join us, you would be given the feudal kingdom to flourish, and you'll be given part of the feudal land for that feudal kingdom to flourish and grow that feudal land. Now, some of you will say, well, Rome, I don't get it. Me as a side hustler, why the hell should I be doing this? Think about it. What is your alternative? You either go and register for some, I don't know, freelancer site or whatever, but that's nothing. That's chump change. Not gonna make any money on that. Heck, I tried at some point. I gave like $75,000 to Upwork. Trust me, I wasn't getting high quality workers from there whatsoever. Remind me not to make that mistake ever again. That was from previous experience in my previous life. But needless to say, guys, look, if you want to succeed, a couple of things. I got a feudal lord that you could serve right now. You could join FUD workshops too. If you're a side hustler, I recommend you do both. You join Freedom Fusion Flip. This is our talent agency's workshop. Who knows, maybe down the road you'll become that feudal hustler like Bruno and have your own coaching program to run, helping moms over 40 spawn more money. And of course you want to learn, of course you want to jump into FUD. FUD makes it easy for me to whip out a phone, show you a bunch of guides, everything on the go. It's mobile friendly, iPhone, Android friendly. And of course, it's going to be absolutely fire for you because that's where you're going to get to meet those moms. You get to jump into the same workshops, raise your hand, and have back and forth communication with one another, where, for example, I may introduce you and say, hey, look, I got this incredible side hustler. He's a game developer. He specializes in game developing, but recently he came across Freedom Fusion System. He was so inspired by that. He wants to help moms over 40 spawn more money, and right now he's currently in the process of building a search engine optimization site using N8N with large language models, and he can totally help you guys build a bunch of funnels, bunch of digital campaigns to help you grow your brand. 100% he could do it. And of course, it's going to be in my interest to represent you as that member of part of our Freedom Fusion System company. And of course, it's going to be in my interest to help you out, because if you help moms over 40, help them grow their feudal kingdom, they're going to help with money. They're going to pay money. And of course, you're going to get part of that money. Now, some of those moms over 40, they want progressive based results, where they want to see if you're truly bringing results, and then only then engage into like the next month, the next month, and the next month. Now, how do you bring the results? Well, guys, it needs to be based on numbers. Don't worry, I'm a former certified math teacher for the state of Connecticut. That's with double degree in mathematics. I can help you, but you need to listen. How to get moms over 40, how to work with them on a retainer, monthly retainer, and commission, and that kind of stuff. Keep something in mind. If some moms over 40 say, no, I'm not going to give anything until you prove it to me, then it's either A, this mom over 40 needs to be given something in return, like she joins Feudal Incubator and starts promoting. We'll give her a product she promotes, and she runs ads with it. She learns ads, she understands that it's working, and then it finally decides to join Feudal Incubator, and then we're okay with that. But if mom over 40 says, no, I don't want any community, I don't want anything, then of course we got to work on the budget. We got to ask, what's your budget? How much are you willing to pay for this? Here's some numbers. Here's some, based on our analysis, this is what it's going to take for us to build your funnel page, your landing page, your entire bio link, your campaigns across Threads, YouTube, all of those socials. This is how much it's going to cost. Would you like to proceed? And of course, you want to do this in a gradual way. You don't want to be like you got to think of it like a dating profile. When you go out on a date, do you just say, hey, can I get your number? No, absolutely not. I have moms over 40 hitting at me all the time, guys. Why do you think I'm not showing my face? All the time. Now, I can't say that I'm a pretty guy, but I could tell you that anytime I go to Manhattan and anytime I go to the gym, trust me, moms over 40, like, they try to strike the conversations. And in real life, you know, you got to be like, you can't just go ahead and pop up the conversation and say, hey, can I get your number? Or interrupt somebody during the workout. No, you gotta do it in a kind of in a way where you start talking about something like equipment in a gym, and saying, for example, you could say, hey, I see you working out on this machine. Do you mind if I could get this next when you're done? That would be a heck of a lot better pull-up line versus trying to come up, trying to get to me. Guys, learn this from me. I'm a guy, and of course, you know, the question is, why would you want to be learning from me? Because you get to see the perspective. I could give you the perspective that you otherwise wouldn't be able to see. Now, keep something in mind, my goal for you is to succeed. My goal is not to raise you up or blow smoke in mom's biscuits. My goal is for you to succeed. Now, some of you will say, well, holy smokes, Rome, how do you know all of those terminologies? You seem to be so witty with all of those words, and you craft them so magically. How do I learn that? Don't worry, guys, you're going to learn that as part of our Feudal Incubator. But for now, I wanted to respond to the game developer question. What is drop shipping and how we can handle that? You see, I'm the type of guy who loves to talk business. I like to talk about ways for how we could help moms over 40 in the process of describing a particular concept. For example, drop shipping. Now, some of you may say, my mom not give me for business money. So then it's best for you, my friend, is to convince your mom that that now is the time for you to fly. Now is the time for you to fly. Tell her, look, my friend Ron Wells will give me $100. Come up to her and see what she says. That's going to be the first thing. And tell her that in the process of doing so, you're going to learn AI automation skills. You're going to be given access to equipment and automations and infrastructure that would be worth thousands of dollars that you would otherwise never have ever have that opportunity. And because in order to get that opportunity, that's how much you would have to pay for systems, for domains, for everything. And clearly, it's really hard. But how do you convince your mom to go ahead and work for somebody? Well, you're not working for just somebody. You're working for yourself. You're becoming the bougie boss. Well, not bougie mom boss, but bougie side hustler boss. Eventually, the future aspiring feudal lord. But for you to become that, you really need to take off and fly. It's hard. It's hard for parents to let go of their kids and let them fly. It's hard. They don't want their kids to be taken advantage of. They want. It's hard. I get it. But what's even harder is being broke. Remember that, guys. Building your business is hard, but being broke is harder. And I get it, guys. I don't have any kids. I can't speak up for that. I can't say, go ahead and talk to your mom and convince her that, Freedom Fusion System is absolutely fire for me. This is the next step for me. I get it. But do this on your own terms, in terms of asking yourself an honest question. How much time are you spending TikTok scrolling? How much time are you spending on anything else? And what if instead of TikTok being a TikTok zombie, scrolling to TikTok, being a Threads zombie, you truly go ahead and you build something. You build something where you earn money and you learn in the process. How amazing is that? You could go ahead and ask many of your friends and say, hey guys, like if you're on an edge, you could reach out to them and say, hey guys, I met this guy. His name is Ron Wells. He's an actual 21st century freedom rider. I'm so confused. I don't know if I should learn from him. I don't know if I should trust him. I don't know if I should believe him. He seems really logical, but I don't want to take the risk. I don't want to get involved in the process of building something that I don't know if I'm going to get money out of it or not. Look, we're going to make it easy. I'm going to send you $20 into your PayPal today. You sign up, you'll get that $20. You'll see that you got the money. And then you could show it to your mom and say, hey, look, Ron Wells sent me $20. And he managed to show me the next path for me to become stronger in my skills and eventually become that feudal lord, eventually make more money. But in the process, help him build his agency. In the process of doing that, starting with one of the websites called studyguide.net. If you don't mind, I'm just kind of putting some ketchup, real good ketchup. Then I gotta go to work. I'm so cooked. Then after that, I don't know, I want to go swim or something. I do need to fix up a bunch of funnels, and Bruno is working anxiously, communicating with, suppliers from China, trying to find a product for us that we could build. But at the same time, we do have a bunch of websites that we want to monetize. They used to make money, real good money, on a monthly basis. It's just I kind of gave up on them. So, money, zero time. That's right. I have money, but zero time. So, if you want to do that, it's on mine. Doing games is all amazing. You could be doing beautiful game, building game. You could still be building game, whatever you're doing right now. But in the process, also learning additional skill called AI content-driven automations and digital faceless marketing. And doing this together, I gotta take that cheeseburger real quick, if you don't mind. So this is how it works. This is so good. Look, I'm gonna make it easy for you. You build the site, you report to Bruno, and down the road, if the site pops, we'll give you more opportunities to have your own feudal land on that site, your own guides where you're going to be making commission from anytime somebody purchases them. So we'll let you have that commission. And of course, we'll give you some cash to build the whole thing. And don't worry, you'll have the full tutorial for how to do it on N8N. You're going to get access to it. And don't worry, you're going to get access to this site as well, which I paid, as I mentioned, $5,000 for. So this way you don't have to pay $5,000 for it. And don't worry, you're going to get access to all the other systems as well, like Notion, everything else. Yeah, this is so good, guys. This is so good. So if you want to start, DM the word path on my Insta. At the end of the day, guys, I don't want people who don't want to take care of their own future self. If you want to take care of your future self and your family, squabble up together with smart people, guys. Trust me. Trust me. Smart people is the key. But at the same time, smart people are not exactly smart. Why? Because they overthink and then they never execute. This is exactly my problem, guys. This is why I need side hustlers who are just like, who don't have that problem, who can just execute. This is so good. Guys, look, I get it. You're probably wondering, well, I don't know what to do next, Rom. Once you join my Freedom Fusion Flip workshop, you're going to be given some instructions. I'm going to give you a link to what's called ThreadsBots SEO automation. And you're going to adapt this automation per our WordPress site. So if you want to quickly look up what is WordPress, how to build it, plus you're going to be given access to our vendors, meaning you'll be able to create tickets with them directly, interface directly with them. So this way you're not stuck on your own. You're going to be given a complete blueprint for how to build this automation. You're going to be given access to APIs. Don't worry, I'll supercharge all those APIs with money. And yeah, guys, I mean, that's the idea, guys. And I know some of you will say, what kind of APIs? I don't understand any of that. You see, there's such thing as called search engine optimization. And people, and there's certain keywords that are popping up on the internet that bring money. I know it may sound strange. Why would I pay somebody $100, give them all the tools they need, give them everything so this way build everything? Why would I do that? Because of money. It makes money. It makes sense for me to invest into you because it brings money. But how do I know that it's going to bring money? Well, it's simple. I already know. I already was selling those guys like hotcakes before. So all that's needed is WordPress website and all the exams and guides created on that website, and end-to-end ThreadsBots SEO dynamic automations set up to create automatic blog content to feed those dynamic keywords and create complementary blog articles that link back to those guides. It's a complex topic. Immediately, if somebody was to walk in right now and kind of into this room, into this YouTube channel, they would instantly leave because they wouldn't understand any of that. Don't worry. You're going to get tutorial, full blueprint from my buddy Andy from China, who already built the whole automation. Plus, you're going to get guidance from Bruno, the feudal hustler Bruno, who will supervise you while I get to be that feudal knight. You can ask questions, what is expected from me. Bruno will direct you. You build. Later on, if it works and it produces profits for us, you'll be given an opportunity for a feudal share. The more guides you add, the more money you make when somebody buys them. I try hard to start from zero to high money. Well, this is your choice. This is your choice. to do it this way. But why zero? Now you no longer have zero, you have $100 in your pocket. You just need to go out and get it. And keep something in mind. It may take you a little bit of time. It may take you a little bit of time to research, like, what is the website, old website, which is studyguide.net. What does it have? How can I take that content from that website and edit to new site, WordPress site? How do I make sure that the new site is fast, it's loading fast? How do I make sure that it's showing secure certificate in there and it's not like unsecure site or looking looking not super attractive? You know, of course, all those questions you'll navigate through. Why you delete your live videos? I didn't delete them. Some of them are just some of the live videos are like, when I do them, YouTube restricts part of it, and other YouTube live videos, when I do them, I come back later, maybe like the next day, and make them public. By default, they're unlisted. So that's the reason why. The reason why, like when you start creating the apps, when you show anything in apps, when you show like content from other creators, what I do is I TikTok snipe content, mix it as my own, and YouTube sometimes cracks down on that and certain time of the YouTube, and removes part of it in certain regions. But don't worry, my friend, I'll hook you up with a VPN to solve that problem. Speaking of which, I just paid $39 for it for entire year. I have no idea why, but I guess now we could have a reason why for you to join and still be able to see, still look like you're coming from America. And once again, guys, this is the reason why you want to join live sessions like this and asking questions. So, okay, thank you. Bye. Sleep time over for sure, guys, for sure. So definitely have a good sleep. And yeah, guys, so going back to what I was saying, with Allstate Agent, I managed to save insane amount of money, get a new customer. Heck, I got like so many leads coming in right now. It's absolutely insane, guys. Right now, I'm also trying to solve an email problem. So if you wanted to earn like $20 to help me solve an email problem, hit me up. Basically, my outbound emails are going into spam, and you would need to set a bunch of records, SPF records, TXT records, like certain records you gotta set, and warm up email and go back and forth. I just don't have time for that, guys. If you wanna fix it, I'll give you $20. And you would have to like monitor it, talk, contact, go high level, and do that. I just don't have time for this. So if you guys are interested, DM the word PAF on my Insta. And of course, guys, keep something in mind, when you're working and fixing things for me, you're also getting opportunities as well from other brands, other moms and whatnot. So it's like a no-brainer. No-brainer for you guys to do it. Plus you learn as well. Otherwise, like, if you do, think about it. On the internet, last thing you want to do is like register for a freelancer site or something. And I mean, being a freelancer is not exactly what you guys want to do. You want to be a freedom founder versus freelancer. So this way you have your own brand and you get to have other people work for you. And of course, you just don't get that with freelancer or Upwork or whatever you call it, any of those sites, Fiverr. You just don't get that. With Freedom Fusion System, you do get that. That's right, guys. So anyway, I'm so cooked right now, guys. I'm heading out now. Thank you for joining, and I'll see you next time.